Okay, hello everyone and welcome to another episode of tutorials on Transport Tycoon. Today we're going to be starting a special sort of subset of tutorials for Colin's company rather than doing something that everyone can do, as I have actually been asked to do these tutorials, so I thought I would give it a go. Now the first thing we're going to be doing is the cab tutorial, which is why I have this car. But before we can leave, I'm going to show you, just in case anybody hasn't figured out how to get the jobs yet, because it took me a little while to figure it out as well. So when you join Colin's Co, in the east of Los Santos, you will now have this symbol here, this red tyre. This is the Colin's Co headquarters, and this is where you get all of your jobs from. So we are currently at that location, and I am in the garage, which you can access. There's a circle on the floor, like any other sort of menu access point, like this, but on the outside. You press E and you'll be teleported into this garage. Has a vehicle spawner, and I've just parked in here for the start of this video. To begin with, we're going to head into the actual headquarters itself, which is a club, incidentally. And this is where you can get your jobs. So as you can see, there are many different jobs from Colin's Co. Obviously, we're not going to be worrying about unemployed. I think we all know what that is. So the first thing we're going to be doing is the cabbie, which, as you can see, I've already selected. Now, as you need quite a high ranking to actually be able to get into Colin's Co in the first place, this isn't going to be a noob sort of tutorial. I'm going to be expecting the people watching this, if you're actually interested in doing these tutorials, to sort of already have a pretty good idea of how this game works. So we're just going to get in the car. And with any luck, when we open our player options, we should be able to go on duty, Colin's Co cab duty. There we go. So if we press that, we are now an available Colin's Co cabbie, as you can see in the bottom left. And we essentially now just need to drive around and look for somebody to pick up. Oh, someone's noticing me in the chat. We'll let's quickly reply to him, don't want to be rude. Right, now as you can see, there's that symbol for going into the garage on the outside. The weather is horrendous at the moment, so I do apologise for that. I'll be sure to turn it down so you can't hear this horrible thunder. So, we're just going to head around and look for somebody to pick up and take to our next location. Now, it's random when you're going to get someone, but you still can improve your chances by going to more densely populated areas, such as Los Santos downtown, which I'm going to sort of head in that general direction, unless we get somebody before that. I know the the roof on this car is hideous, but that's because you can't change the colour of the soft top on this server. So just having to put up with it. Don't know what that was, but oh, there's someone. There's Darth Vader wanting a lift. So if we stop completely, he's gonna. Okay, I think this is bugged slightly, as he's currently beating up a pedestrian that ran him over. Oh, come on. What is going on? Alright, let's put this guy out of his misery so Darth Vader stops trying to murder him. God, you can see how slippery the floor is at the moment. Right, hopefully that'll sort him out. Is he dead? I think he's dead. Darth Vader wants to come and make sure he's dead, though. There we go. Right, so now that nonsense is out of the way, as you can see, it's come up saying press E to alert your passenger. That's what we're going to do. In he gets. And he's now told us where he wants to go while his head sticks out the roof. So we're just going to simply take him to his requested destination. And we want to get there as quickly as possible. But I am going to try and be a bit careful, because in this weather, this car has not got good handling. Another quick point, I'll put this right at the start in the description so that people don't follow along and then realise that they've been doing it wrong the whole time. you do need a 4-door car for this. It needs to be a 5-seater, 4-door car. You can't use 2-door sports cars or anything like that. They don't work. So this is I enjoy the look of this car. I mean, obviously more in the sun when I can let the roof down. But this is quite a nice car to do it in. Any 4-door car will work. And it looks like Darth Vader wants to go to the docks. Maybe he's planning on finally jumping in the sea. I don't know. But we're gonna just take this nice and easy. We don't want to spin out and end up in the sea ourselves. And then once we get to the location, we just need to slow down, and he should get out on his own with any luck. There we go. Dropped off. And now, as you can see on the left, we got a delivery successful. We've earned some business XP, and we've got our Collins Co. Cabbie vouchers. And that is essentially all there is to it for the Cabbie. It's a nice simple job. And you would essentially now just drive around looking for your next fare, just like a normal taxi driver. So, admittedly this is quite a short video, and don't really want to put it out when it's this short. There isn't much to it. So we're actually going to do another tutorial. I'm going to bundle these 2 in one, because none of the Collins Co. jobs are that difficult to do, really. The only vehicle that I don't have access to is the yacht at the moment, because paying 80 million for a boat that I'm probably going to use once for a video is not massively appealing. I will have it eventually, but for now we're going to stick with the sort of more original jobs, as yacht has only just been added. I might see if I'll ask Collins potentially if he would allow me to borrow one for the purpose of the tutorial rather than having to buy one. We'll see what he says. But for now we're going to go back into the garage, fix my car up. We'll head back into the garage and we'll get the next job. So the next one we're going to do is a train job, which due to a new update requires you to have at least level 20 in train conductor. Which was annoying for me because I didn't. I had, I think 15 at the point that the update came in, so I had to grind normal trains to get access to it. But, so just as a warning, you do need level 20 train conductor. So we're going to turn ourselves into a trainee boy and head over to the train location, which is actually the same starting point as the normal train, over here. Shows up as Collins Co. train, because I'm in Collins Co. And we're just going to head over there and grab ourselves a train to do a nice quick route, because the Collins Co. train is a super speed train. It can go much faster than even the high speed trains for the normal conductor. Oh, that rain is horrendously loud. I do apologise if I don't turn it down enough. Some of these thunder bursts are much louder than the normal sort of ambient rain noise. But as I was saying, the train is much faster than normal trains, and it is able to stop much quicker than a normal train due to being able to hold down the handbrake and the normal brake at the same time. But luckily it's not too far of a journey from the HQ to the train depot. Now this, if you've done train conductor in this area before, then you'll know this, but if you don't, this is a bit of a pain in the ass to get on this station because you can't climb up this. For some reason, just I guess the way they've added the station, you're not actually able to climb those edges. So we need to come over here and we're going to have to take the long route. And I've just realised that I'm still classed as a cabbie, even though I'm a trainee boy, which is a little bit odd. Oh, mind that train. But we can walk up this wooden plank. We're going to stop that cabbie. There we go, off duty. Now I don't know if this is a player or an AI. There's no symbol showing up for a player. And it's stopped for a long time, so it probably is an AI. So we're just going to head over to the spawner. You want to make sure that you go to the right symbol, because one of these is a teleport. That one. That's a teleport to another train station. Here is the train spawner. We're going to spawn a train. and we want to spawn the Collinsco train, which is the Shinkansen E4. Collinsco, and as you can see, the lowest level one is level 20, which is why you need level 20. We're going to spawn this train, confirm, and here we are in our nice Collinsco super train. We're just going to head to the station. It spawns you a little bit back. We're just going to head over to the station. We need to slow all the way down, just like with normal trains. You can use the handbrake to stop completely, and we'll start the route. So, now, trains are very simple. We don't steer, we don't have to do anything other than brake and accelerate. Now this train is a little bit different from normal, as it's actually, I don't know if it's a glitch or if it's intentional, but if you hold the accelerator down, this train can actually get up to 60 in the city rather than the limit of 55. So if you want to go a little bit quicker, it doesn't really make a difference. If you want to do a little bit quicker, you can hold the accelerator. If not, just let the train go at its set speed of 55 until we get out of the town. But this uses, I believe, it uses the same stops as a normal passenger train, except we get Collinsco vouchers instead of train vouchers, and we get actual train experience as well. So this isn't completely useless for leveling up train. It's just you're not going to get as much as you would if you were actually doing train conductor. Now, as I was saying earlier, this train is actually able to go much faster and stop much faster than other trains. And that is due to the fact that, unlike other trains, if you hold down the handbrake and the normal brake at the same time, the train actually will use both. So, on a normal train, it doesn't do anything, in case you've been doing it and wondering why you don't really slow down any faster. On a normal train, that will do nothing. On this train, as you can see, we can do 180, and we need to be able to slow down quickly. So, we can use this technique. And it allows us for shorter stopping distance, but we're not crazy. It's not a sports car at the end of the day. It still is a train. So you need to make sure that you give some room for stopping. Like, we're coming up to our first station now, so we're just going to start slowing down. You can see how quickly we're slowing down from the speed. In fact, I've done that massively too early because I'm used to other trains. So we'll just stay at this sort of slightly slower speed, and we'll just cruise on in. For the purpose of this tutorial, I don't want to cock it up, so there we go. We can pick up our passengers. As you see, we've got 7 vouchers and some conductor experience and some business experience as well. Now, this train is the smallest vouchers you will get. They're sort of designed that you can average out about the same amount per hour. But if you're just going to do one route of train, it's much well, not worse, but you'll get less than if you do a whole route of plane or a whole sort of session of Cabbie. Because as you saw earlier, with the Cabbie, we got 38 vouchers for one passenger. We got them there in pretty good time, which helps with a little bit of a bonus. But that was still a pretty good amount. Whereas with this, we're getting 7 per stop. And there are, I think, 5 stops per time, but that still doesn't really equal out considering the amount of time it takes to do all the stops. And as I say that, we've turned up to the 3rd stop, so we can now just speed up. Now this one is a bit deceptive because by the time you get to full speed, you almost need to be slowing down again. So if you're sort of doing this, not really paying full attention to it, this one can catch you out a little bit. And also, some of these stops do actually appear to cause you a longer braking distance, maybe because they're slightly downhill rather than uphill or flat. But with some of these, you do want to be careful with your braking distances. This one is annoying, but it's not the shortest distance between 2 stops. There's one where we can't even get to full speed before we're at the next stop. So that's one you really need to be careful of. But we've just stopped again, picked up our next set of passengers, and we'll just keep moving. And it's changing to extra sunny weather. Look at that. There we go. Let's express some joy at that weather change. Perfect. Hopefully that hideous rain noise will stop then. Unless it doesn't stop raining and just becomes sunny and rainy instead of stormy and rainy, which would be annoying. But the thunder is now gone, and that's the main thing. There's someone doing their little plane route. That looks like a 737. So sort of mid to high tier plane. So actually a very nice plane to use, that. Now for this stop, we probably want to start braking. We don't have to start too early, but we don't want to leave it too far. As you can see, this is downhill, and therefore we slow down a lot slower. So I'm just going to sort of bring us down a little bit, again, so that I don't overshoot. And slow it down as we head in with that hideous screeching noise. I very much hope they don't add derailment to this game, otherwise this train will be absolutely useless. And there we go. So that is one route, technically. They split the map into two halves for routes so that you don't have to go all the way around if you can't be bothered. But we're going to just do it because we want to keep this, do a full route, sort of show the entire map. So you stop at that place and give in your passengers, and then you need to collect another route. So that's what we've done, and we're now going to head on to continue with this new route. Go past PIA. It's nice that they've added a new runway to PIA. It used to get a bit crowded with one runway. Now this will be a unedited video as usual, with both of these tutorials in one video, which I'll obviously put in the title so that it's not misleading or you don't miss out. Oh, look at that, there we go. Not paying attention, shot straight over it. Now luckily this train is not terribly slow in reverse. We can get up to about 40, well exactly 45. But slowing down we can't use our handbrake system, so we need to be careful with that. And there we go, we can now continue. And that is the dangers of not paying attention to where you're going and what the map is telling you. Back up to speed. So the next stop I believe is next to the quarry. Here it comes, so we're going to start slowing down normally with just the brake. Because again, this is downhill, so you just want to be careful that you don't overshoot because the brakes aren't working fully. And then we'll come in to stop. There we go. And we can keep moving. That guy's trying to sell helipilot vouchers for 10,000 each, so he's deluded. We're not going to worry about that. Now, this is the short one, as you can see. We're almost there already. It's very short, and we need to be careful with that, because the amount of times I've overshot this station is actually obscene. There we go. We can start heading back into the city. Just school these people. There we go. So we're now going back round to the first stop that we did once we'd gotten out of the city. We need to stop here again. Again, this is quite a short one. We're going to start slowing down, get ready for it. And now we can stop completely. There we go. So we've now got one more stop before the speed limit comes in, and then we're trekking through the town at 60 again. Okay, coming into the next station. Once again, we're just going to slow it down gradually. We don't need to stick the handbrake on yet. Hang on, before we talk to this guy, we're just going to make sure that we've stopped in time. Hang on, let's quickly reply to this guy. There we go. Oh, another train has come inside us. That was a bit odd. Right, now we're back in the speed limit zone for the last stop, which is just back at where we started. Hopefully my car will still be there. But that will be the end of this two-part tutorial. Depending on how the next video goes, I may well make another double out of that, because I have access, I believe I have access to 4 of the jobs. So if this is a double up, I'll see if I can make the other one a double up. That'll make it nice and easy for people to follow. But we'll just have to see how it goes. Oh, this last bit, I mean, we could be done by now, but they had to put this bloody speed limit in. I get why they did it, because most people don't pay attention to the train barriers going down, and you don't want to be murdering everyone as you drive through the city. That doesn't make it any less annoying, though. Oh, as you can see from that quick little view we got, you really detailed interior on this. So, don't worry about things like that. Okay. We're coming into the station now. My car is not there. Fantastic. I'll have to go looking for the thing. And there we are. Oh, hang on. We've gone backwards. Perfect. And we're finished. Oh, there we go. Business level up. That's a nice little end. So, with these trains, you can Z-delete them if you want to. But that only deletes the front, like that. So it's better to sort of just leave them, because trains can't collide, so you don't need to really worry about it. So you can just leave it in there. Also, it still thinks I'm in the train, so you just hit get out again and it will spawn you mid-air a bit. But there we are. That is 2 of the Collins Code jobs for your viewing pleasure. Please leave a like if you found this useful, and subscribe for more tutorials on Transport Tycoon on FiveM.